This program is brought to you with the help from our real friends. For your photo, video, and audio needs, look no further than Shuttermaster. Shuttermaster is your source for mics, mixers, professional lighting, cameras, and many more. Visit them at shuttermaster.com.ph for more details. And now for our regular program. Here's Joe and Kokoy.
Hey, I'm Joe.
And I'm Kokoy.
Together we are...
TITOS with Ukuleles.
Okay, we're back here at Shutter Chinoy. Once again, we'd like to thank very much Shuttermaster Pro and Frank Chai for loaning us use of this space and for use of these Sennheiser profile wireless lapel mics. So, Kokoy, what do we have today? What is this in my hand?
Okay, this is a part of our special feature ukuleles where we featured the type of ukuleles with additional features such as pickups, etc. So what we have right now is the very nice looking EPIPHONE Les Paul ukulele. Okay, now this is a very nice Les Paul ukulele. If you can see, it looks exactly like the Les Paul guitar, which is something that attracts you immediately when you see it. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this concert-size ukulele. Now, once more, we'd like to remind our viewers out there that when you do measure a ukulele, when you go to a salesman or online,
Do I measure the length?
usually the salesman or the catalog will give you the measurements from the length, but it's better to test the measurements between the nut and the bridge. And why is that so?
From here to here,
Yeah, why do you think that is so?
just to be safe?
Well, that's correct. If you look at this ukulele, it's actually a smaller size. It looks like a soprano one. However, it is definitely a concert.
Oh, really?
Just because if you measure the nut to the bridge, you will definitely get 15 inches.
Okay.
Okay, now sopranos are like 13 to 12 to 13 inches. The concerts are about 14 to 15, while tenors are roughly around in the 17 range.
Okay, I noticed something here. Okay, so we have this, looks like it's a jack, right?
Yes. Once more, I mentioned that this is a special feature ukulele because this is something you can plug in, just like your Rockstar Les Paul.
But there's no volume knob or anything on it.
All right. Now, with our start of this special ukulele series, the most popular feature that you will have on a ukulele is the pickup, so that you can play it even if you're definitely performing on stage, because it's harder to mic on stage. So what these makers do is they put in a pickup. So we will now introduce you to the types of pickups, starting with this kind. To be able to get sound out of instruments such as the ukulele, it's either you're gonna mic it through in the front of the sound hole, or you're gonna have to put some pickup in the body, which is usually what we call the piezo type pickup. Most of the pickups that you will have for acoustic instruments are called piezo, particularly like an Italian word for pressure. What you do want to take is the pressure of the strings on the body. And every time you play through the frets, okay, that pressure is made into sound by there's basically the piezo sensor, or it's more or less like a metal strip that is placed either under the saddle or on the body. So this type that we're demonstrating for today is a piezo type that you will find hidden in the saddle of the ukulele.
So is that why you have this amp? This is an amp,
Okay,
right?
now when you do have a piezo instrument, it's considered as an acoustic electric because you would need an electric setup just like most of the electric guitars. But since this is a piezo, this is more or less an analog sound. Now what you would need is something like an amplifier, usually designed for acoustics instrument, because something that is designed for magnetic signal that you will find on electric will have some certain specifications. It is best to use an acoustic amp like this one. So this one is what we will be using for the sound test that we'll be demonstrating in a while. This kind of pickup, this kind of amplifier is also something that we'd like to feature, because what we'd like to feature in this channel is something that is affordable for most. And most of the acoustic amplifiers are very much on the expensive side, except for brands like this one. This is the Amun AC15. It's a 15-watt amplifier made specifically for piezo pickups. Okay. Now, for that, I would like to have you test this instrument and to find out for yourself. So we will do the sound samples. One, miking it through our Sennheiser profile mic, and two, by plugging it to the AC15 from Amun.
Okay,
so with that, we'll move up to the sound sample. Okay, now those are two samples coming from this instrument. One is through mic and one is through the amplifier. What are your first thoughts when you first played it? Oh, well, when you first hold it, how does it feel for you?
Okay, for me, I normally play like this. So it's my forearm tends to cover the sound hole. So if there were a mic here, this might playing like this might interfere with the sound projection, because like you don't play a ukulele normally here. It's something you hug close to you.
Yes,
so
that's true.
if I had to play for a large group of people, I would appreciate it having a pickup and a jack.
Okay, also one thing that a microphone setup would give you is a lot of feedback. Now, we'd like the feedback that you give us every time you put that thumbs up.
Yeah.
But on an instrument, you don't want that feedback. And that's something that a piezo pickup solves by putting the pressure on the bridge.
Okay, so everything is, I like the binding, I like the look. Okay, so it's, this looks like, this is a maple top?
Yes, actually this is, this replicates your standard Les Paul. Now this is colored, of course, in that classic burst body. They even replicated by using a mahogany body, which apparently seems to be very thick. It's not like a thin bent wood. It seems like a very hard wood.
It's a solid wood.
We assume that is definitely probably routed out.
Yeah, I see.
You even have a nice
it's a bolted on neck.
Just
like an electric guitar.
The neck itself is mahogany. But yes, to be able to have that, what I would assume is not a veneer, but what we call maple cap. Okay, when you have that for Les Paul terminologies, that's what they use. That's what you call the wood on top. That's how Gibson makes it. Now this is a EPIPHONE brand, which is Gibson's second brand. Okay, it even has the traditional EPIPHONE headstock instead of the Gibson bookcase. Okay,
open book.
Yes,
open book headstock.
Open book headstock. So this is probably even a cap.
So where'd you buy
very
this?
thick. This is still available on EPIPHONE through their dealers. You can find this in most dealers, even online. They're still available online because this is a very popular design. One thing that people might not like about it is that because it is quite on the heavy side.
Well, you know, it's heavy, but there are provisions to attach a strap to the
Yes.
body.
And you have what you call a single cut. So this is a typical single cut design from Gibson. You have a single cut to be able to access this far, in case you do want to make that leads and get away from the first 5 frets.
Okay. I like the fact that it's a slotted bridge that looks very neat.
And it's also a kind of squared off bridge.
Yeah. Actually,
Reminiscent of the bridge from Gibson itself.
it imitates how electric guitars, the string grows through the body, right?
Well, actually, Joe, the misconception, there's a Gibson guitar is always top loading. So this one is a top loading ukulele. Most ukuleles, of course, are top loading. So one thing that's nice about this top loading ukulele is that it's pretty much squared off, and it does have the proper the proper scaling itself. You sometimes, if you try to replicate electric guitar design on an acoustic ukulele, you'd have these weird shapes or the weird sizing, and the scaling is different. You don't see the dimensions or the ratio properly because they have to settle with the thicker body or bigger body to make that acoustic sound. But I think what I do like about this instrument is that even unplugged, it gives you that nice warm sound.
Yeah.
Probably because it's still a little bit thicker.
I have
than
a question. Are these strings the stock strings?
No, these strings are actually additional. This is an upgrade. They usually just come with the plain basic strings. But this is always, as we like, tuned to low G. So I've replaced it with Aquila Blacks.
Okay.
And then this is the low G series. So what we would have is a wound low G, which I think also adds to the warmness of the ukulele.
You know, I would, if someone were to ask me, would I recommend this? Yes, I would recommend this. It looks solid.
It does come in cherry burst.
Yeah, it's beautiful workmanship, nice sound. It's simplicity. It's a passive pickup. No need to put batteries in here.
Also, EPIPHONE managed to keep the price at below $200. Now, again, what you have here is a acoustic electric. So that's 2 instruments in one. The price range is pretty good. This is something that I also like because on the other brand, Fender, when you have the electric guitar series for ukuleles, the guitars that they designed for ukuleles that would mimic electric guitars, those are now usually above $200. But EPIPHONE managed to put this somewhere in the range of $120 or just slightly above, depending on which area you are from. So for me, definitely this is a yes. The design itself is nice. I still wonder why you would have to put a pick guard when most players will actually strum up here. Okay. And again, the only problem, is that if you want to showcase this thing, you'd be covering it. That's why you also have 2 nice strap locks so that when you play, you can actually just get away from the front.
For me, okay, so it's beautiful to look at. Sounds great. Little touches here, like you have the fret marks here on the side, so you don't actually have.
Is it sharp? Is it sharp?
No.
Alright.
Frets are properly crowned.
Something that you actually find with EPIPHONE. Now, EPIPHONE only makes a few designs of ukuleles, and I think that's a good decision for them because you don't really buy an EPIPHONE for a ukulele. But if you make it look like a electric guitar, this is the first. I believe they might have been even one of the first brands to actually come up, especially because they already own the design, to come up with an electric guitar designed ukulele. Fender followed suit, but those are a little bit more on the regular. I mean, the wood is thin. Yes, and definitely this is very much a plus. Okay, now with the types of piezo, okay, before we move up to our other features in the future, this again is a passive piezo, when you mentioned that you don't see any volume knobs,
Yeah.
it's because a passive piezo is, in my opinion, the better piezo, because what you have is just a straight connection between the bridge down to the electric line up to your amplifier. The advantage of that is that in time, it does not break too much. If you have a built-in piezo, once that piezo breaks, that kind of modeled piezo that you would see with these big boxes on the side, once that breaks, you can't find the replacement, you'd have this big gaping hole there, right? If you replace it with another brand, you might have to increase the hole. With a passive piezo also, the control is more or less on your amplifier, and when most musicians usually use pedals, which you will have different brands of acoustic specific pedals, you get more control, because how much control can you put in a small little box on a active pickup, right? So this is a passive. Okay, this is one sample of a passive pickup that definitely we do recommend, especially for any type of player.
Okay, at this point, I'd like to remind everyone, please like our videos, subscribe. It keeps us going. Any parting words, Kokoy?
Okay, thank you again for EPIPHONE for making it available on the market until now. I've had this for at least maybe 10 years, and so far they are still in the market. They have not even changed the colors that are available.
I'd get the cherry.
Yeah, but I like the regular burst, right? But definitely, maybe a gold top would be nice. Those are the classic ones. Definitely, it is something that if you find it, and surprisingly, there's still a lot in the gray market. Maybe because some people don't like, are not attuned to this kind of design. And definitely because this would need an amplifier more than most. You can still find it, and definitely cheaper for that already cheap SRP price. So definitely that is a yes.
Yeah, it's a yes for me also.
All right. So if you find one, do get one, and do tune in for more of our episodes in the future. Once again, we'll be featuring different kinds of ukulele for each episode, and every month we'll be featuring ukuleles that are the normal ukuleles that are affordable. We will also feature ukuleles that are more artistic or weird in design. And there's a special feature for ukuleles that have pickups and everything else, and also tips and maybe even musical performances.
And our usual disclaimer, all of the ukuleles we feature, we own them, we bought them. These were not given to us for evaluation purposes.
And if it's in our collection, we probably like it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And hopefully, when you do find one, do keep it, because it is worth keeping.
Okay.
All right. So see you in our next channel our next episode, when we feature more of these interesting ukuleles.
Thank you very much.